and had all these properties, we would just remake Destiny.
Oh, I think so.
Like,
I was going to say, we make Destiny, but cut out all the shooting stuff. Get rid of all the weapons and just the lore.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the grimoire.
So it's Destiny. So let me break it down for you. I can give you the basics. It won't take very long. I saw a very long thread. It was like 75 tweets breaking down.
Oh yeah, Rami is
the
name.
story.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
I can do it faster. Destiny is about a circle fucking a triangle and giving birth to a square. And I'm going to be right. When it's done, there's going to be a big square, and we're all going to have to worship it. That's it. One tweet.
The last DLC is
Final
called
Shape.
The Final Shape, and everybody's so excited. But if you don't know anything about Destiny, you're like, why is that cool?
You're like, why are shapes cool?
What's shapes?
Fuck shapes.
That's hot.
No, so it would be Destiny, except with one key distinction. When you engaged in battle with the various factions that one engages in battle with, it would be like Pokemon, except you would battle with individual words that you have collected.
I mean, they're so close to doing that with the lore already. It's like, when you enter the Vex mind, your weapons turn into Vex constructs that also hurt them the same way a gun does. Like, they're doing it now. They could turn it into just words. I think the game we would make together is a book. I think it saves so much resource.
Now, this is actually very good. Now, but arguably, we do actually make a game together of sorts. It's called Acquisitions Incorporated, the C Team.
Yes. Yes.
And so the one thing I did not have a chance to mention about you is that you are also Cthulhu. And if you would like to see us engage in shenanigans at a wholly new tier with our friends Anna Prosser and Holly, of course, the Trash Witch, and our good friend Kate running the table, I mean, arguably you could just stay here for several more hours.
It's just 7 hours or so away.
Get a snack.
Yeah, enjoy
you know
it.
what I mean? Put down roots.
No, I think it's like 10 hours, actually.
Yeah, it's too long. Get a crepe or something in the meantime.
Ooh.
Oh.
Brosephine.
Heterochromia.
Somewhere in the building probably asks. Oh, somewhere in the building probably. Demarcation asks.
So she's in a building called Probably.
Yeah.
I think she can join us on our Destiny game.
If each of your latent eldritch energies were to visibly manifest in an event of sudden and unfathomable horror, what features would you expect from them and why? Oh, man.
It's like I get bored of this question time after time.
You know, just read my press kit. It's all there. I'm not going to go into this again. I think that they wouldn't manifest in a fun way. Because if we're talking about genuine, what I assume is an actual question, it's probably a Silent Hill-esque, me confronted by menacing parts of my subconscious, and I'm just in a corner crying. I'm just permanently being menaced. It's not even coming any closer to me.
No, and I'm not. I mean, this obviously. I mean, this is because Brosephine knows us and loves us. She imagines that there's going to be some positive outcome here. It wouldn't be the same for me. No. There is. I have a video of a cat, a very small cat, and the cat is being fed a treat, and then for a second, the owner removes the treat, and the cat goes into some kind of a spasm, and shrieks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it would be like. I wouldn't get any powers from it. I would just move very quickly in random ways. Yeah. I would not be improved. I could not do any kind of eldritch battle.
This is the kind of question you go real wide on, and I don't want to go there today.
All right. Joseph Merrick from Milwaukee, Wisconsin asks, Chris, what would Cthulhu's domain of dread be like if they had one? So they're moving us into a Ravenloft type situation. So let us suggest that there is an evil dimension, an evil plane designed in every way to scourge you for eternity. And the trick is that you're not really conscious of it. It's designed so well that it is made perfectly to scourge you.
This is also potentially my own hell as well. So this is a place where Cthulhu experiences something that would torment them,
Yes.
not something that they're in control of.
It's, you've seen these programs where people create a custom motorcycle or car. It's like that, except for in existence, right?
Domain choppers.
You can fit so much dread in this. Chip, chip, chip.
Yeah. So this is it. You wake up. I'm going to say you. This is the second person. Wake up. You have a job to go to. You're aware that this isn't where you should be. Something's different. You get to your cubicle. Small talk. Doesn't seem right. But you go through an entire day, week, life, aware that this isn't exactly right, but you don't have enough power to actually do anything about it.
Or enough information to fully
Right.
believe. It hasn't become surreal.
Yeah, no, then there has to be one moment where there's like, something doesn't feel right. And then the other person's like, yeah. And then that's it. For 60 years, that was all you got. You're in hell. And you do nothing you enjoy. I'm not talking about work being bad. I'm talking about you don't like the people you're with, you don't like your pets, your house is bad, the car is not good either.
There's a smell in the basement.
Things are ill-fitting, just a little bit itchy.
One errant stitch.
It tasks you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so at first, I asked Mike, hi Mike, if you're watching. Mike Rahulik, that's my friend.
Come on.
No, he's not. Yeah, come on out here, Mike. He's not here. I promise. He's not here. But I asked him. I was like, listen. I mean, I would like to still come out to hustling, if that's possible. If you are amenable to that, is that acceptable to you? Do you find that to be rude in some way? And he said, "You want to fuck him in my bed?"
What would you tell him, though?
I said, well, I mean, I maybe. Counselor Sandworm from Camp PAX asks, my campers are afraid of me. Can you recommend any good camp songs I can sing that I might be endeared to them? Or perhaps some jolly camp chants?
Is it like a German surname, or is it an actual
Sandworm?
Sandworm? Yeah, it's actually
Counselor Sandworm?
it's his first name as well. Counselor.
Conzela.
I assume there are any number of classic camp songs that you could let them sing while you are in the cabin and not with them, because if you frighten them, you should go away.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, one possibility would be to decorate a sock in some way and maybe just put it up like in the window from the cabin and say, yeah, I hate that fucking guy. You and I are allies in this. He's a real dick.
Yes.
But I have to say, my only camp experiences ever, has anyone seen the movie Jesus Camp? Don't woo.
Not woo, yeah.
So those are the only camp experiences I have, which, I mean, it's if you because there's a lot of movies made about camp drama. Mm-hmm. What if you had all the regular camp drama, the hijinks, the crazy pranks, the intramural sports, the teen romance, and then you also thought there was an inviolate creator observing every atom of it the whole time and judging you?
Is that like, was there at least a rich kid that got pushed into the mud at the end?
And I'm telling you, everything happened. No, except it was Satan.
Okay. That's a win. That's a win. A wandering bard from the local seedy tavern asks, if you could immediately master an instrument you've never played before, what would you choose?
Oh, man.
The lira organizzata.
What?
I just
Hold
heard,
on, you already know what it is?
I just heard it was the worst classical instrument ever made. And so I'm curious about it.
Saying it is like eating a 3-course meal. What was it?
The lira organizzata. I think it is.
The fuck is it?
I think it's like a lute with an accordion.
Is it like an animal?
Yeah.
Is it just like a creature?
Well, it's like the scientific name. Yeah.
You have
the
to
taxonomy.
squeeze certain parts of it?
Mm-hmm. And it does not like it, and it will bite you. It will fight.
But then the sound that accompanies it is pleasing or something? It's like, it's murdering you, but it's like,
the music is fine. It's not even worth it.
And you're being disemboweled during the performance.
Gosh, drums is cool.
I have never met a drummer that wasn't really weird. Has that been your experience?
I don't feel like I've met that many drummers, but that sounds like it holds water. Yeah.
I meet them for a very brief period of time, and then I think I insult them, and then they leave.
Yeah.
And so then I have an opportunity to meet another one, which is just as weird as the last one.
I just want to be good at something. Like, I'd love to be good at a guitar, which I have played before.
The problem is that
but
you're good at too many things. That's your actual problem.
Yes. Yes, it's true.
God, you know what? That is right. I am the apex. No.
What's to be done with me?
You figure out a new thing to do each day. That's your actual problem.
What's your instrument? What do you like?
Pedal steel.
Oh, that's a great answer.
Right?
I used to think it was all just slide. I didn't realize you can lay it down.
No, and there's
do
a
the
pedal.
whole thing, and
There's
you could
like
use the pedal.
7 fucking pedals down there.
That's incredible. That's a super good answer.
And you get to sit down the whole time.
And it sounds like a ghost.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like a sexy ghost.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like a hot ass, sexy ghost.
And you're sitting down.
And you're seated. You're reclined.
Oh, can't wait.
James from Perth, Western Australia, WA, asks, I have a question for each of you. Chris, as you are taking over MC duties from Mike now, are you keeping up with his Oreo intake? How many sleeves per hour, SPH, are you managing so far
God,
today?
I tell you what, I would love to, apprentice under him because I love Oreos.
You learn so much.
I want to eat many of them, and I just don't get a chance to. But maybe this is the right place for me to be for that.
Well, yeah, and we could expense it to the show.
Perfect.
You know what I mean?
Where are they?
Yeah.
When do we start?
When we have them. So the other night, I was up late in preparation for this event. And we had some Oreos. Typically, we don't have them. And there were some Oreos in the kitchen, and I was like, maybe eating food will make me less sad. And I ate the Oreos and became more sad than I was previously. Now that Mike is gone, I can say in a full voice, with the full strength of my body and mind, Oreos are a cookie of last resort. Yeah, that's right. Oreos are a cookie of desperation. They taste like being sad. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna take it anymore. No. Jerry, could you please tell Ryan? Ryan,
He's here.
You back there?
I think he's here with us now.
buddy, I got some info. I got to drop some info on you. Listen, in Kingdom Hearts, the X-Blade was the strongest of all the Keyblades. You get, okay, right? Okay. Until it was broken into 7 light pieces and 13, you're writing this down? 13 dark pieces.
The curtains are just rustling angrily back there.
Yeah, destroying the universe. So, file that away. Aww.
Samhotep, from just south of the gateway to the Forbidden Northlands, asks, if the enduring hellscape, which is our world, ever lessens, what small thing do you dream of partaking? Well, like of actual partake, like if I could eat this baby pig? Is that the question? What are we talking about here?
Get one of those?
That looks good. It was presented to me, and okay, I take it. I accept. Where do I sign for it?
But that's, don't eat, please don't eat the...
I don't want to eat that pig. There's plenty of other pigs. This one's striped. It's incredible. You don't eat a pig like that.
Yeah,
That's a keeping pig.
marbling like this. Mm-hmm. Let's see, what small thing do you dream of partaking in?
Oh, I see, I see.
Let's see. I think that I would like to... I'll tell you this much. I really, really missed PAX Oz. And that is, like, it's one of the very, very few times during the year that I can actually relax. So my fantasy scenario is, in the scenario Samotep has described, I really want to go back there, but, like, bring the family and like show them the person I am
Yeah.
when I'm
Oh,
down
yeah.
there. It's like, this is your husband. What do you think?
I am good. I can do things.
I am capable of love.
Counselor, oh wait, I read the last one. You get this one.
Thanks, Crasp. Hey, Counselor Crab, or Conzelor Crab. Crab. From Camp PAX asks, did either of y'all go to summer camp growing up? Yes. What was it like? If so, hell on earth. Do you remember any fun activities or charming stories about haunted forest glades? Now, I mean, I mostly filled in, you know, my tales of evangelical horror, but I mean, it's entirely possible that you had an experience in a camp-like environment, or perhaps a social experiment of some kind.
This is where I just sat in the woods for a day and sang.
Solo camp?
Just secret camp. My camp. No, I didn't go to camp. I did not go to summer camp. I had no fun in the summer, stayed inside, and would do anything for that kind of camaraderie, but it didn't happen for me till later, so.
Okay, well, that's... Yeah.
There you go. Oreos are going to get me out
sounds-
of this.
It sounds like he's already eaten several. So,
Oreos got me into this. They're going to get me
and
out.
only Oreos can get me out. It's like each different flavor of Oreo.
You got to unlock
No.
the
It's
pattern.
like it's like Nuke in RoboCop 2.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Each Oreo.
Where is it made?
All right.
All right. That's from RoboCop 2, by the way.
RoboCop 2 line for everybody. Enjoy. Hey, Laura Fromwork asks, hey fellas, it's me, Laura Fromwork. How we doing out there? Y'all okay? Great show so far. Hey, thanks, Laura.
Hey, thank you, Laura, and appreciate it, but this is my problem. First, you're feeding me pigs. Now I gotta eat this cat. When is it gonna, like, when do I get to see normal food on this menu? Everything is so, it looks so good. I don't know where to
It's gonna
start.
be stuffed with pets by the time this is over. It's gonna be like an eagle's. It's gonna be like an eagle's nest.
Lost in Yonkers from Yonkers asks, my partner reminded me the other day that the humanimal exists. What? And I'm super mad at...
Something new for you to eat.
Finally, the ultimate dinner. I'm super mad at him for it. I didn't want to remember that, but now I do. And I guess now you do too. No, I don't remember it because I didn't know it. I have to learn it now. So now I have a job. Now I have an extra thing that I have to do. Anyway, sorry, and how do I get back at him? What should I remind him exists that is equal humanimalness?
I got to tell you, when I see this, my fear is that this is something that I did know, and then through the use of an occult ritual, burned it out of my consciousness.
Yeah.
And now, unfortunately, it's like pinworms, but for the spirit.
No, I don't have my...
Like,
yeah.
now we got to get, now it's like I've re-ingested the egg, and now I have to know about the humanimal again.
I want to know if the animal in the picture is the humanimal, because that's not upsetting to me. That's a very nice human-animal hybrid.
Yeah, this can't be it, because this
It
is a
looks
friendly
nice.
creature.
It's
Does anybody
good.
know what a fucking humanimal is?
Yeah, what'd they do?
See, no one knows what it is.
What
This
they
is the
do.
only person who knows about this.
I would say that your partner is trying to prank you or trick you, and they're mean, and you got to get out of that situation.
This person
That's
is
not cool.
given to dark dreams. Fred from Meyer, ho ho, asks, right? I'll find him. I got a cat. Keep it away from Chris. And I'm obsessed with her. She's great. However, she seems like she needs constant stimulation and play to the point where I don't think toys will. Is this a euphemism?
No, probably not. It's an actual thing. It's just like...
Oh, you know what? Here we got information at the end. This helps. Sorry, I didn't read the rest of it. I think the rest of it sort of ruins my theory. But, I mean, you know, science
But
is
you could
always
still
moving
just-
forward.
You could just park that.
Where I don't think toys will satisfy her great play need. That's where I got my theory from. But
Okay.
now I'm wondering, should I get another cat? That kind of breaks it, right? Perhaps even a kitten. Now it's just weird. To absorb this frightful energy. Well, now we're back. Should I get my cat a cat? You want like a exhibit
Right,
sort of situation, but for cats.
That's
You
like
want to contain cats within cat parentheses.
I want to say no, because then it's just two more. Although it's been presented to me this way: if you have one pet and then you get another pet, how much more work is that? It's like 1.3 times, right? Because you already have the food, you already have all that stuff. I don't know. Then
We
it
got the
seems
litter
like
box. I mean, they just shit in the same thing.
yeah, they don't need their own stuff. Maybe what you do is you get like 4 cats, and then you just put them in a room, and then you just brick it off, and then whatever's going on in there is fine. And I just have a pet room in my home where there are animals sometimes.
Well, no, now they're Schrodinger's cats.
Yeah.
Counselor Horace from Camp PAX asks, lake swimming or pool swimming?
Oh, I got a story about this one.
Well, I mean, lake swimming. Night swimming.
No. Pool swimming.
Why?
I'll
Why?
answer. I hear your cries. I'll answer. My family and I, we went on a road trip when we were young. My dad and my brother and me went swimming in a lake, and I want to say it was the fabled Crater Lake in Oregon. We exited the lake, beautiful lake. Exit the lake. Hours later, some itching, strangeness. We had
Sand fleas?
no, we had like gotten some sort of a fungal, inhabitant that just
A new passenger.
It set up
a new
shop.
member of the family.
no, not in my family. Even Bactine wouldn't do that. No, Bactine got rid of it, but it was an unpleasant. It was one of the few times where I'll go into a natural body of water and not regret it. But now I'll always regret it, and I won't do it. No oceans, nothing for me. Tubs and pools. That's safe. Yeah. Tubs and pools.
Okay, so what you're saying is when you engage in recreational swimming, you don't want to emerge with a carpet of encrusted sores.
Yes.
I think that's the minority position. The Berlitz self-teacher from your local library asks, oh no. Hannah,
How do we do this without sounding
I don't know.
racist?
I wish my eldest was here because they could read that correctly.
Yeah.
Hana Osiso, Luomo,
Now, would it be Ragno or Ranyo?
Yeah. Ranyo. A spider.
Oh,
Ranyo.
They
That
kill-
means spider. The Spider-Man.
they killed the Spider-Man.
They have killed the spider. Oh, shit. Okay, never mind. I guess it's all right. Sorry, hang on. I'll just. Over there.
Hold on, there's more.
Am I the stupidest person on earth?
You were given a job and you were being very diligent about it.
But this is who I am, right? It's like I'll spend the whole time. Oh God, what the fuck? I've heard part of this one word at one point in my life. Let's try to. The whole thing is here.
Which is a kindness.
They have killed the Spider-Man. They do not know who did it. Maybe the baddies. Maybe the press.
Wow, that's an indictment.
Wow.
That's a harsh look at our times.
Yeah, it is. It's very incisive. They really cut right through it. You want it?
Icarus from 30,000 feet and climbing asks, besides planes, what's the highest elevation you've ever been to? I don't know, probably what's the highest a plane goes? Because that's it. That's probably it. What's the highest a plane goes, and what's the city that I've been in that was already at the highest elevation? Because does it go relative to that?
Yeah.
Would it go to 50,000 feet?
Besides planes, right? We stayed when we were in Australia. God damn it, this was fucking insane. When we were in Australia, the first time with the family, we stayed in. They have there's sort of like short stay. There's like a different type of hotel. It's like meant to be stayed in for a while.
Oh, like an extended stay apartment.
Yeah,
type of thing.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I just hadn't seen it, but it's really common there. I think just because of the way that it works and like the business that gets done in the larger cities, and we stayed on a floor. Tender, what floor was it? Was it like 57 or was it higher?
We were above the helicopter.
Yeah.
Oh my
It was in the 70s or 80s, and I knew that it was too high when I went to the window and looked down and saw a fucking helicopter. If you go to the window and you have to look down to see a helicopter, it's too high. I was just like, oh, this will be cool. I've never stayed here. No, it's not. The whole time I was there, I felt like I was standing on one foot on a pin. Like this, everywhere you go, you don't feel safe.
If there's any wind, was it was it drifting?
We-
Because I've been in tall buildings where it's like, oh yeah, that's a little give.
I never felt anything like this, but the funny thing was, we had been planning on going to, they have this other tower, sort of like a Space Needle type thing that you can pay to go in and then go up.
To be higher.
Yeah, exactly. But then I went to the window and looked down and saw that building. And I was like, I think we can save money. Like, I don't think we need to pay to go in that shithole.
This sounds like one of my favorite authors, Stephen Millhauser. It sounds like one of his stories, because in the story you'd be in that second building, and then a person would approach you and say, friend, do you want to go to an even higher building? And then you'd make some sinister contract, and you'd see the moon from where you were standing. It would be horrifying.
It's a lot to think about. Oh, boy. Now, this is Laura for sure. Take it. This is Laura for
All right.
sure. This is her doing.
Professor James Moriarty from a clandestine laboratory, London, England, asks, Dear sirs, I understand you've been plagued with my bête noire, Sherlock Holmes, with his incessant necessity to challenge others in logical affrays. Perhaps I could be inveigled to end his barrage of enigmas. Name your price. If I deem it worthy my consideration, I'll end his tirade. If not, well, he seems to be having a bit of fun, and I might fancy joining him in your discomfiture. P.S. If you pronounced it laboratory, oh yeah, not laboratory, I will give greater credence to your response. Okay, we got there. We got there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like credence has been increased.
What was the question?
Creedence Clearwater Revival. I think the idea, my suspicion, knowing Professor James Moriarty, which is to say Laura, my guess is that you know, whatever we say here, Moriarty is going to come back up in a future question, or actually she's been known to come in as the other characters she references.
Well, see,
we
yeah.
may get a similar request from Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
It's an interactive game.
I think that Holmes is coming in, so we got to just see what we get. We'll hold our cards.
All right, everybody, put a bookmark in it.
Oh, you read this one.
The Criscordians from the Criscord. Is that what you call it?
Oh, that's what they call it. And it was very good. Now it is called that.
and why would you touch it?
No,
It's
cannot.
perfect. More a comment than a question, so these are definitely your fans. But we will add a question mark at the end to make it count. You're doing awesome, Chris, and we're proud of you. I feel like the question mark doesn't make it count.
It
I
makes
feel
it
like
seem...
I feel like it puts it in disarray.
It's like, is this what you wanted to hear? Will you be happy now? Can
Yeah,
you
is
do it now?
Is it possible for you to be happy? Being
No.
around you is work?
Listen, you get what you get, all right?
Yeah, and you don't throw a fit.
No.
P.S. We like you too, Jerry. Thank you for not putting a question mark, calling the entire thing into question.
Maybe that was Sherlock.
Moss E., the sigil of the enforcer, from Melbourne asks, Hi guys, does Ryan know there are 5 games in the Kingdom Hearts series that in the timeline are prior to the first Kingdom Hearts game?
I don't know if he's
Just a
even
big
here.
shrug.
I did not know that, and now I don't know how I would ever play him.
Mega shrug. Nick from KY
Ooh,
asks,
the corporation.
Indeed. Any plans for a Brood Hollow game, tabletop or video game? Now that's the other game we would probably make together.
Ooh, yes. I was thinking about this recently, where it's like, I used to consider myself a cartoonist primarily, and now I have not done them in so long. And
Which makes me sad. But
And it makes me sad,
But it isn't
too.
like. But part of the reason you haven't done them is because you're doing all this other shit.
I'm doing
for me.
I didn't just stop. Right, I'm doing other things.
I mean, for example, did you have anything to do with this garment?
Yes, I did some of it. I made this shape, which is all over the place.
Yeah.
I made these
Got that back there?
inside of the hood.
The elevation map in the hood is very tasteful. Let me see this.
And those took years to produce. That's what I've been doing.
Well, because it required a natural world to erode sufficiently. That's the
so that
model.
I could get the depth map. Exactly. This place does not exist on Earth. Brood Hollow is being discussed in certain circles that I'm not at liberty to speak of.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
Well, try to remember the little fucking people, man. Burn from the Midwest asks, what is your favorite bone? Be specific. Bone Thugs and Harmony. Obviously. I'll meet you at the crossroads.
I was going to say Ulna. Sorry, everybody. I know that's not going to make many friends, but...
I assume that's a bone?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
You're a tibia guy, huh?
Yeah, tibia man.
Counselor.
Like there's two kinds of men, you know what I mean?
Counselor Sasquatch from Camp PAX asks, I have a camper who simply will not try the ropes course. They are afraid of heights. I keep telling them they're completely fine and the harnesses will catch them, but they just cry and pee their pants and stuff. I guess it's a lost cause for them. But why are heights scary? Because you could fall. Yeah, Sasquatch.
Well, yeah, Counselor Sasquatch, fucking get it together. Like, they're heights.
You could go down.
Yeah,
fast.
It's the disparity between the current location and the sacred and holy ground. This is the index of the fear, idiot.
Yeah, and it also relates to the potential energy stored up in the person before they're dropped.
Well, I mean,
it's not good.
My feeling is that, at least in this scenario, it seems like the heights aren't scary enough. I think that if the heights were made scarier, that might inspire the camper. For example, what if they were to wake up on the platform?
Right. Now they're going to put the harness on.
Yeah,
now
harness is going on. Solve that problem in one. Oh, here we are.
All right. Okay. I mean, all right, I guess. Moriarty says, so this guy says, I once instructed an understudy to remove a foe out of my path. Surprisingly, the foe, just before his murder, wrote the phone number 789-1011 on the paper calendar and identified the criminal. What was the criminal's name?
Jenny.
Was it?
Is that not the right number?
I don't know. Hold on a second. I feel like...
That's 8675309. Okay, that's not Jenny.
No, yeah. I was going to say, like, is there binary in there? What are we doing here? There's not enough letters on there, not enough numbers for to go by the phone.
No, but
see what I'm saying?
Is the calendar the key? Can we map these onto certain months or dates?
Oh, yeah. That's a good thought.
Right?
Smart.
I mean, the paper calendar has to be the key, right?
I think you're right, and I think that the fact that it's a phone number, it's actually not a phone number, is Moriarty being a dick.
Yeah. Being a D-hole. Well, it's like before the invention of the telephone.
Yeah, excuse me, come on.
What a fuckhole.
We're not dummies.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
What are we, the police? I don't know his name.
Here. So
give me the calendar.
July, I guess, would be 7th?
Maybe, yeah, that's right. So his name is July, August, September, October, November.
Oh, okay. So the number is completely linear. Actually, it's only that dash that makes it seem like it's not linear.
Mm-hmm. So his name is July, August, September.
Julie Augusts.
Julian August Septemberus, the 10th, 11th.
Jason. It's got to be, right?
Well,
Jason.
Who's Jason?
It's the fucking criminal.
There are millions of Jasons.
And criminals.
Yeah, not to mention the number of criminals.
Yeah, exactly. God.
Cross-index all criminals with all Jasons.
With all Jasons.
We got him.
Jason! Paul from Snohomish County asks, to both, I'm pretty sure you two could start a cult without even trying. I mean, it's happened. And I mean, this wouldn't be the first time. If you did, what would one of its rituals look like? Well, one of the rituals would absolutely involve a group of 1,000 or so people worshiping a blue ball. Do you see how the cries of worship are still remembered by the faithful? All hail ball.
But I didn't start this cult, I just showed up. Yeah. So I'm in the cult.
Yeah, so you're involved in a satellite, sort of a tertiary way.
Yeah.
No, but what would one of those rituals look like? I mean, there's a new cult every week in the C team. I can't stop making cults.
They're fun.
I grew up in a cult, arguably, and I just want to keep reproducing those dynamics, I guess.
That's what it gave you. That was the real gift.
Yeah.
I didn't go to college to learn my It's my major, but I learned how to think. I was in a cult. I learned how to make cults. That's what this is about.
Yeah, it's like that should come up like on the very late night, like get your degree type thing.
Yeah.
Cult formation. But we should get a quick ritual out, if we can.
What about shutting one's eyes for 7 to 8 hours per night?
Yeah, every day.
In a state of unwakefulness. Can you believe it? I can't.
And then travel to a new realm. Yeah, it's like real sleep. The real sleep program.
That's the program for me. Doesn't work.
All right. Brocha Pene from Seattle asks, scenario. It's this Penny Arcade Beach episode. Which wacky or over-the-top hijinks would you two rascals get up to? I mean, I feel like there's a lot of humorous potential in the two of us trying to encounter other healthy, active people in a volleyball type situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be happy to provide a certain silhouette.
Yeah, we're just trying to take it in. Like, just doing normal beach things. Somebody's going to get buried with too much sand and be like, what? I can't get out of here. You know what I mean? Like,
And it's only a couple seconds in the montage, right?
it's just like a clip show.
But you have to have it. You have to have it.
So how about this? It's trying to play volleyball, you're buried up to your head in the sand, and then like going to like a ice cream stand is like, ooh, I like ice cream. And then the rest of the montage is just different ice creams, different snacks from the place. And that's the rest of the montage. Over and over. Night is falling. He's trying to close up, and we're like, one more.
It's like one more, and it's like we're pointing. It's like there's like tape over the ice creams. It's like there's one more ice cream, and then obviously he closes the shop, and then the two of us come back in the dead of night, balaclavas, crowbars.
Just raid it. And he was lying. There was more.
There was more. The secret stash.
Tim Friend from California, Twitch, the audience, probably, asks, I think a lot about D&D warlocks and have reason to believe you might share this tendency. Can you create a warlock patron for me? What they want, what they require, what they dislike, etc.
Onions.
Yeah. Keep them clear of the onions. This guy, he doesn't like onions a bit. I don't know. Let's see. I wish I knew more about the character.
Yeah.
What would the patron be trying to draw to itself? A cult,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a theme. I feel like we have a brand. And
We'll make cults, okay? We can do it. We'll work on a cult together. We're going to do
Let's
it.
just get it done. Let's just get it done. So, warlock patron deity. Basically, this is someone you establish a pact with, and then they grant you certain abilities in their purview.
Well, I like the idea that like we did this on the C team where there's some flex between a warlock patron and a MLM scheme.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah, where it's like you get high enough, now you're a patron. Now you get warlocks too.
Yeah, but I mean, even the word patron has the corporate bullshit
Yeah.
aspect into it, right? So let's say it's like this. Let's say that a group of sorcerers discover an artifact which confers divinity, but that divinity is gated by the number of followers that it has.
Right.
Let's imagine that it's a kind of throne, chair, study, tower type situation.
But it's a disruptor. Like this is a throne that everybody's gonna want when they see it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And only you can sell it to them.
Exactly.
See?
And you sell small, tasteful models of the tower they could have
Yes.
that they use as a focus for their magics. And then whenever they cast a spell, you get 3,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. And you don't have to play D&D for that one. You can start today. You could do that now. That's the good news.
We've got people standing by, obviously. We're ready to activate social. Dark envelope incoming.
That's not a question either.
No. Philandria from the Nexus. Oh, okay. It's a dark question about
I see.
necromancy or something.
Philandria from the Nexus asks, esteemed PAX overlords, I have noticed of late that there are various elements of popular culture which people discuss, not only in a negative manner, but in such a way as that the thing in question was always bad and unpopular, despite clear evidence that the thing was rather well-liked at the time. What is an example of a film, game, book, television program that you have held in your heart, but have been shocked to learn that it has become not unlike a punching bag for the general populace?
That's interesting. There is this TikTok trend of people reading Dune.
Yeah.
And then, but I've seen the quote many times, and it's like, when you learn that reading Dune means you have to read Dune. And then they have the book, and they open it up, and they're writhing like a cat deprived of a treat. I have the one metaphor. Just imagine that cat, and the treat was there, and now the treat's gone, and it's like, fuck.
The guy who only has one cat. I'm getting a lot of cat vibes from this.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, it's essentially like a. I mean, you've read it, right?
Yeah.
It's like a Bible from an alien culture.
Yeah, it's punishing.
It is dry, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
But there is what?
It's dry. they got it.
See? Yeah, but all I'm saying is that I mean, if you don't want to read super long form descriptions of flora and fauna, I mean that, you know, the Lord of the Rings is going to be kind of a heavy lift for you. You know what I mean? It's like the sort of thing. It's like we sort of want medicine to taste bad because then we know it's working.
Yeah.
And so when I have to push through some very dense text, I'm like, I'm learning. You know what I mean?
I would say, yeah, if you're new to reading books, Dune is like a tough first book.
It's the Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Right? It's that first boss. You pass through the mist, and it's like,
Fair.
fuck you.
Right. But it's because you messed up.
Yeah. Exactly.
You got to get good. I don't know anything that I'll put an umbrella over this whole thing. I feel like these articles, these pieces of media, are much more recent than, say, Dune. I mean, Dune is now a show, right, or a movie.
Well, yeah, it's a movie.
So
well,
it's
I mean,
coming
it's
back.
another movie.
Right.
And a miniseries.
But I feel like
assume a
it's-
musical.
I feel like it's stuff that took the Twitter sphere by storm, say 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And now they're doing a re-release of it, and now it sucks, and it always was bad. I don't feel like it's the classics. Nobody's like, Wind in the Willows, go to hell. Piece of shit.
Let's see. Runaway Ralph. Ugh. It's bullshit.
Hate it.
Books about vermin. Go for it.
Oh, Jonathan Frakes from a weird dark room full of random props asks, as the director of the critically viewed film Clock Stoppers, I wish to know if there's a moment in your lives that you would like to use the power of hypertime technology to slow down and savor like a fine wine or a rich, decadent fudge. Yeah, I mean, I like Clock Stoppers. I'd probably just revisit that.
You'd watch Clock Stoppers very slowly.
Just take it in frame by frame. I do one of those podcasts where it's minute by minute analysis. Thank you, Jonathan, for your gift to cinema. No, I don't know. What's good? At this point, it's sleep. I'd love to sleep and feel like it was a long time.
Yeah, sleep for 8 hours, but it's 24 full hours.
Yeah.
I feel like I have 24 hours of sleep ready to go, and I never have a chance to deploy it.
Yeah.
Like I can feel my organs failing, but there's no time to do it.
You gotta use those vacation hours. You're gonna lose them. They don't roll over.
Is that how it works
Yeah.
for organs? Question from question submission form asks, these are incredible readers. Dear Crit Stab, is that you?
I guess.
What plans do you have for Seesaw Unchained? Oh, and channel 666999?
Oh.
Please spoil everything forever so that no further enjoyment can be derived, as is customary when speaking of future works of art intended to entice and mystify. Hold on,
people-
did you reserve these channels?
No. I don't know what Seesaw is a reference to, but it's probably something I'm going to make. So this is a person from the future. They have an awareness and knowledge that I don't possess.
Are you contractually obligated not to say?
Of what the secrets could be?
Yeah, I mean, are you doing something cool and you didn't tell me about it?
No, you know everything that I'm doing. I can't discuss Local 58, anything. I hate it. It's a bad answer to give, but there it is. Damn it. Anyways, people like a puzzle. People like a puzzle.
True.
And I don't want to deprive them of a puzzle.
Are you making puzzles? Yeah. You can tell me.
Jigsaw. Real intricate. Real nice like.
But it's also a calendar, and you can fuck it. Amelia Watson, the Bionics shop reviewer, not the car repair YouTuber from, as an exception, a car repair shop, but I've brought my Bionics with me, asks, germiform and crystal form, this person is great. We need to be friends right away. Amelia Watson, are you here? We got to be buds.
What's that?
Hit me up on social.
Nope. Right.
Let's see. Where do you keep your notes and ideas? Do you just use pen and paper like in the before times? What if you want to quickly Control F something which you remember by a specific keyword and can't because it's not Control F-able? Consider it. But if you already have, which apps or what do you use to organize your thoughts?
What is Control F? What is this?
Find.
Oh, it's find. Okay. I was like, is this Emacs save?
No, you probably use Command F, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'm using apps. I got them all loaded up, ready to go. Every app I need, I got.
Yeah, for me, I got, back when I was using a Mac, there can't be very many apps that do this. There can't be very many programs that do this, but it's like an app for writers, and it's designed to help you keep everything straight. And
Yeah.
like, you have all your notes over here, and then you can make your screenplay over here.
I can't use those because then I have to learn a new thing, and I'm like, I'm just going to use the regular Notes app.
No, it's like I bought it, and I started putting the notes in, and I was like, I hate this. It's like, this is like somebody else has an idea about how things would work for them, and they're saying, hey, why don't you just emulate me? Why don't you just think in my way and use this tool I made for my problems?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need it. I literally use like Google Keep and Docs.
It's just that. Because the only thing you need is Control F. Have you tried jotting anything down where then Notes will try to parse it? This is on the iPhone. It tries to parse it as words. So I'll draw something, and then it just is a bunch of garbage, like semicolons. And it's like, oh, that's a drawing. That was not supposed to be text.
Yes, I have found, it's like, this has been my experience, and it's only gotten worse. It's like, technology is always trying to help you do stuff, and it's trying to help you before you asked, and it thinks that your drawing is a semicolon, and it's not.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, now I have to clear away this other thing. It's like, if I were completely nuts, I would say that it's its purpose.
Yeah. You got to give it something to do.
Pondered from a body of still water asks, Jerry, can you recommend some pleasant hot sauces? But that's not the kind I like.
Oh, so you like these heats?
Oh my God, I want to be augured out by capsaicin. I want to be annihilated. I want a hot sauce that is like poison. Disregarding Scovilles, which flavor notes do you remember enjoying in the ones you've had? Not everyone is into it just blasting their organs with nuclear heat flash. You're asking the wrong motherfucker. And you seem to chomp pieces of sun occasionally, yes. So I thought, who better to consult with than you? Chris, do you enjoy any sauces or flavors? Any 5-star recipes?
Do I strike you as a sauceless man? A flavorless?
A saucier? An anti-saucier?
I didn't know you liked that heat so much.
Oh, I crave it.
Oh, I thought I liked hot sauce, but I don't like that.
Oh, man.
I haven't built up to it, I guess.
The most pleasant hot sauce, I do know some. The most pleasant hot sauce is probably truff. Because it's like hot, but it's mostly rich, like a truffle type thing. So that's pretty good. But for me, it's like I'm willing to just put anything in here. I mean, it's been an issue in the past. And the crazy thing, it's like like a Scotch bonnet pepper, like a fresh pepper. So I typically eat like a hot sauce that has a high Scoville rating, and that's basically like what you spray out of like a mace. That's like I eat sauces that are basically personal defense aerosols, but I put them on food. I don't know. I'm not saying that it's a great idea, but I like to occasionally forget everything for about 10 seconds, and hot sauces provide that. But the crazy thing is that the peppers and stuff that they make these out of, like these mean-ass peppers, they taste super good. They don't taste like poison.
Yeah.
I have a sauce called Mad Dog 357. You should not eat it. Let me go. Okay, so look at the bottle. There is an angry dog on it. Presumably that's the Mad Dog they were referring to. And then a gun. Don't eat this sauce. Don't eat this sauce. But no,
They've
the actual,
armed a dog.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
it's
how
like
dangerous
we're talking
this
about a
is.
vicious animal, and now it's well armed. But no, if you actually eat the peppers, like they taste good. They're like fruits.
Yeah.
There's like all these cool tastes.
That's
And then
what I
by the-
want. I
and
want to
then-
taste it. I don't want the heat. You can distill that out and give that to
Exactly,
me. I don't want
exactly.
it.
But it's like there's some hot sauces. It's like a super hoppy, like an IPA that is primarily designed just to attack a person.
Right.
Right. It's like the writing program. Right. It's like they made this program to make you do it. And it's like they've made this as a prank, and then they've convinced people to buy it. The end. Maybe from Potential.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, hey, that's very nice.
Hey.
Chris, do you still draw these days?
Sometimes.
I've seen your notebook during C-Team games, but what about other times? And do you
Sometimes.
use computers, pen tablets, pen displays, or laptops with pen support?
Sometimes.
I think Mike switched from Surfaces to iPads due to constant updates. Well, yes, and yeah, I could go on for a long time. But what is your experience?
Sometimes. No, I do draw as I can. Usually it's for something. It's been a long time since I've drawn for enjoyment. Like I do that at the table.
Yeah.
But I drew. I mean, the most recent thing I drew was a intro for Acquisitions Incorporated. You'll see tonight. You'll be able to see it tonight, and I enjoy doing that. So it's a little bit of both. A little bit of both.
No, but you use your Mac laptop,
Yeah.
and then you have an external.
I have.
You still use an external tablet, right?
I used to do that. I liked that with. It did not play with Animate, which is where I used to do everything, and it's
Yeah.
a monster. Everybody knows that. But I have an iPad Pro now,
Oh,
and
shit.
I like Clip Studio on
Okay,
there.
so basically every artist that I know, there was like a Surface phase, but the devices just weren't super reliable after a time.
Yeah,
That's what we found.
same.
Because it has like the rest of the computer shit on there, and if you want something that's more focused, every artist that I know uses an iPad Pro now. Like
Yeah.
it was complete, basically. Jerry, do you draw? No. Not unless I'm trying to scourge Mike. Do you know how much time goes by after you've just sat down and haven't accomplished anything yet? It's an incredible tool to pass time.
I see. So
I-
you use drawing.
I draw with words, okay? I paint with words.
Oh,
I was just going to say, Laura said, if it doesn't work, just shout, Laura! And so I was hoping I'd have an opportunity to do it.
colloquially renamed from F-land. Asks. I guess I get it. Jerry, how does it feel to be up on that physical stage again?
Pretty cool.
Could I borrow your charisma bonus for a thing I'm doing?
Do I have that? Is that broadly thought to be a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I do need it back by 7 for the Ink game, but shit. Fuck.
Hard question from a hard drive, since soft envelopes are a thing of the past now, apparently. Asks, chrysanthemum and Jerusalem. That sounds like an old-time
I love it.
exclamation.
Exactly.
Having worked in, with, and around big-name game dev and movie companies, do you think an honest, dreaming person's place is anywhere near these things? Was it a honeypot contrived by evil spiders from the very beginning? It gets shifted, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's a good question, actually.
Yeah. It wants to have been the former. It started as the former, I think.
Yeah. Well, and you can start the former, and it can become the latter.
Mm-hmm.
You can also start the former, and then meet an evil spider that really likes your honeypot, and that evil spider can take it from you and make it their honeypot. And that is a real thing that does happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout. ASDF, I think this might be our last one. ASDF from JKLSEM asks, Mini Motorways. God, I've been trying to play this. Is Mini Motorways good? It seems like it would be really good. Mini Motorways is my current obsession for games about impossible challenges that somehow feel more fun to figure out than my own impossible challenges. What about y'all?
Yeah. That's a huge thing. I mean, Destiny got me just because I want to read lore. Those are big problems that are not mine.
Yeah.
So they're fun.
Yeah, there's a really angry triangle, and it's been a problem for a while. Mm-hmm. You gotta shoot this triangle, I guess. That's how it's gonna wrap up. For me, the games that I can completely disappear into are like roguelike deck builders. Mm. It's just something about every time you play it, this different like auction of possibilities, and then just basically they're games about trying to make the best of a bad situation, which generally speaking is a skill that it pays to develop. Yeah. Relatable content. But for me, the most recent one I've been playing combines roguelike deck building with direct competition with other players. It's called Storybook Brawl. And so it's like a card deck builder, but you're also battling against, it's like auto chess or Dota Underworlds.
Yeah.
Except you're building a little handmade deck to do battle with them.
That's cool.
God, it's so fucking good. PAX, we should do this again. Thank you so much for coming out.